and welcome to another segment of Life Changing Solutions Live with Angie Amico, and today I have Impact Coach Robin. Welcome.
Hi, thanks Angie. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited. I have to say I'm very picky about coaches.
Yeah.
And people in this work because for me, and this is just me sitting on my soapbox, so forgive me for a second. You know, I get a lot of like, oh, I read such and such book, so now I'm a coach. Now I can transform your life. And so I really appreciate you as a coach and what you do, because you definitely take the time and have studied and have, it wasn't a book that you read and said, ta-da.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that, because the coaching industry is actually unregulated. So there is no requirement for people who want to call themselves a coach. You have the option of getting the training and certification, but it isn't required. So literally anyone could say, oh, I'm a coach now. But the thing is that has, while opening access to more people, you know, creating a profession for themselves, it has also led to a lot of people calling themselves coaches, and they're not coaching. They're more giving advice or consulting or telling people how to run their lives, and that's not what coaching is. So I went through the whole thing, and I did the whole certified professional coach certification and some other stuff. So I decided to do it by the book.
Right. Well, and as I said, I really appreciate that, because so many, and again, that's my little vent, and I will get off that high horse now.
No worries.
But you also refer to yourself as an impact coach. What is that?
Yes. So an impact coach is someone who, literally I'm the only impact coach that I know. Okay. I have never heard of another impact coach, and if there's one out there, I would love to meet you. So I decided that I wanted to work with women who want to make an impact in the world. So, you know, like you have different coaches like self-care coaches, you have business coaches, finance coaches. I decided to really focus my business on women who want to change the world. And to me, that is what making an impact with your life is. And so I decided, you know what, this is what I'm about. And I couldn't find a clearer term to describe myself than an impact coach, so I ran with it.
That's awesome. And so what does like a coaching session with you look like?
We always start with values. We talk about the process. The coaching process is something that's, it could be happening in like a 30-minute session. It could be literally years, because I've had someone who's been with me for over a year and a half, you know, coming on 2 years now. And for me, it always starts with, who are you? Who are you at your core? What do you stand for? What do you represent? And then we move forward into, okay, so what challenges are you facing? Like, what is going on in your life that's hindering you from expressing that authentic self? And how do you want that person to show up in terms of making that larger impact? What kind of impression on the world, what kind of ripples of influence and impact do you want to be sending out that is representative of what you stand for? So the conversation will start with learning a little bit about them, and I'll have done the background research, and we will have done like a questionnaire and everything. So I'll have a general idea of who they are and what they're bringing to the table and what they're struggling with, but really we'll talk about the big picture, like what is it that you're trying to do with your life? And then we start to get down to the core of, okay, who you are and how does that connect to that bigger picture.
That's awesome. And it sounds like you take, and you did mention there's different types of coaching.
Yes.
And I think the most common type out there is an accountability coach, right? Which is the doingness of things. And it sounds like you take that deeper cut and you focus on the beingness. Like, who are you being such that you're achieving or not achieving whatever it is. And so that's really cool that you get, like, you really get it down in the nitty gritty. And
I mean, because anyone can have an accountability buddy, and technically that buddy can call themselves a coach. But the idea of, I'm not just holding you or hoping that you're doing what you're saying you're doing. Is it also in line with who you're working to be? Is it also in line with these larger goals? It's a lot of different variables coming into play at once. Instead of, okay, you said you would go to the gym twice this week. Did you go to the gym twice this week? It's way more than that. And it gets very emotional. It gets very intimate and personal as well.
So maybe like understanding why it's important for me to go to the gym versus why am I going to the gym or not.
Right. Why do you want to be going to the gym? What's going on that's causing you to feel like you need to go to the gym? Why 2 days a week? Why a gym and not, kickboxing or yoga or something else? So it's not just, I feel like I want to go to the gym. It's like, okay, what's underneath that? And you might still come back to, I want to go to the gym twice a week, but understanding why and understanding how that falls into this bigger picture of the legacy that you want to leave behind as an overall human being and your existence, like, we don't often take the time to think about that big picture, like, life legacy type of, how does this fit in? We're very focused on the here, the now, and it's important to be present, but that can also kind of pigeonhole us into not looking down the road, not looking at who am I as a person, who am I influencing, and what will people think of me and my impact, and what am I creating in this world. So it's so much bigger than just getting your butt to the gym.
That's awesome. Because then, at the end of the day, it may be best for me to go to yoga, or maybe, what I thought my reasoning for going, I need to go to the gym because society says so, or whatever.
Yeah.
So breaking down those walls and really getting to connect with myself.
Yes.
That's awesome. And I appreciate that. We may not have time to be able to go through all of this, but some of the things that really caught my attention is, like, for you, like, your message is, or not, I don't know if it's your message, but your intention out there is to have women start making conscious, compassionate choices.
Yes. Yeah.
And by asking themselves some questions.
Yeah. A little while ago, I took it upon myself to create the mission of increasing the level of empathy in this world, because I think a lot of the challenges we face in today's world could be assuaged by us approaching life with a lot more empathy than we are. We're very kind of, what's best for me, which is important, but also, we are a community-based species. So let's look at it from other people's shoes, and let's, see what we can build together, not just so that we get personal gain out of it. Every individual starting with compassionate choices, I think, is the very first step that anyone can take. You don't have to hire a coach for that. Just being conscious about, is this the ideal version of myself making these choices? Or is this just me being flustered and, reacting all the time? Who is this helping? Who is this hurting? It's called a help hurt exercise that I designed. Essentially, taking a second before you make a decision, before you react. Who is this going to help? Who is this going to hurt? Is this the most compassionate option of the choices here that will support what I'm trying to do with my life?
Love it. And so where can we find you? What is it that you're up to right now?
Yeah. Well, I'm all over Facebook. I'm all over Instagram. My website is www.robin.coach, and it's Robin with a Y. That's the same as my Instagram, and I think Facebook is Robin Eckersley Coaching. But I'll be sharing this all over Facebook anyway. I run things like the Why Workshop. I run things like Business for Good Workshop. So I work with businesses as well to see how they can be essentially agents for social change. How can they also be forces for good in the world? So that's more of like a consulting side of the business. But yeah, those workshops are being scheduled for February and March. I just ran like a whole slew of them in January, so I'm getting my schedule in order for the next 2 months. So if you sign up at my website for my newsletter, you can just be updated on all of that.
Great. Well, thank you again for being here. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to you, and I love what you're up to. And just to be clear, you work with groups and individuals, correct?
I do, yes.
So when you reach out to her, if you have a business or if, and you want your entire team to work with her, she can do that and have workshops, or if you need some one-on-one, or maybe even the combination of the two, hey, I have a team that I need you to work with, and then I need help too and support too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm here for you.
Yeah, so she's got it all. So again, robin.coach
yes,
is essentially everything: website, Instagram,
Facebook. Yeah.
Well,
great.
Thank you. And so everybody stay tuned for the next segment. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks, Angie.